What is going on here? Thanks for tuning into another Black Sheep TV production. Today we continue our Does It Drift video series where we purchase vehicles in-game, build those cars up to drift spec, and then test those cars rigorously to see if they have the ability to be drift cars. Now, the big difference today is I am also going to begin adding in drift builds. Now, I realize that this is the 33rd episode. That means there's a minimal of at least probably about 35, 37, 40 vehicles in the past that we did not do a drift build on. In a drift build, as odd as I feel like it is that you guys want to see that, there's a lot of requests to want to see drift builds. So I am going to start adding it in here to the Does It Drift video series because I have began getting the whole platform of the videos down. In the beginning it would take me forever to do these, and yeah, now we're doing it pretty quick. So I never put any armor on my drift vehicles. Brakes, I personally don't put any brakes. Now the only reason that you would be using brakes is if you use left trigger as a braking system in your brake. Now if you do that, if you want more touchy on the left trigger, use this. If you just want the stock, more spongy type, that's what I run. Now I don't really know a whole lot about the Phoenix here, but we're just going to show you how we're going to roll with it. Oof, I don't have a lot of money. Thankfully this is one of the affordable ones, but still. Okay, so we have 17,000 to mess with. We definitely need some, we need suspension. I like to always lower them all the way down. I don't think there's any vehicle that I don't lower all the way down. I know some people don't do that on the drift builds, but that's the whole reason of why I think it's a little odd. Maybe people don't realize that, is I stick very, when I say we build the cars up to drift spec, I'm building the car up to the exact same specifications, and I have always done that. So we're looking for slick, so we're going to run the muscle tire compound. Affordable. I'm looking for affordable. These are affordable. I don't know what color we're running. We don't have a whole lot, so I guess some people think that exhaust messes with the performance of your vehicle. Well, we do have a video series here on Black Sheep TV called Drift Myths. Exhaust, even in stock, does not miss. Actually, in our tests, stock, if anything, was performing better than the upgraded. So, and that's not the case. It was just simply the what do you call it? The grid, essentially, that we were driving on. So yeah, if you don't like the look of it and you like the stock, which ultimately I do like the stock look on this, then you leave it stock. Alright? We already got all of our performance upgrades at this point in time. Oh, what looks better? That looks definitely more muscle. That looks a little more tuner-ish. So we are going to go with that. Ooh, this black and yellow looks nice. This is always like my worst downfall is picking color. Alright? I'll spend a whole bunch of money on making a custom metallic color with a specific pearlescent, and then I'll make my whole car, and then it'll be like, I don't like that color, and I just wasted like $40,000. You know what? I liked that black and yellow that we've seen in the beginning. I'm pretty set on actually just keeping the black and yellow. I think we're going to do that, but we are going to go back here to the plate, and we're going to get the yellow on black plate. Where's the wheels? Skirts? I don't think that's worth the money. Maybe it is. Spoiler. Now, you don't run a spoiler unless you want the added traction, and we don't really know how this reacts, so we don't want the added traction. As much as it might be cool running something like that, or even having a little wing on the back like that, you need to just run the ducktail that they give you. Test it on out. So the last thing I want to do is change the color of our wheels. Alright, so that's what we're doing right there. Now you also never ever, guys, never put bulletproof tires on your drift car if you want to stance the vehicle. Stancing it meaning shoot at the car in the wheel portion, wherever that may be somewhere, as long as you're not popping the tire. I'm not talking about popping the tire and driving around on a rim. I'm talking about messing with the coating of the game to where it's damaging the vehicle and making it more slippery. It's a glitch. We refer to it as stancing. You do not want to put bulletproof tires on your car. Ooh, I'm actually digging it. I'm digging that. I'm digging this car. The biggest question on everybody's mind is, will this thing stance and will it drift? Well, we better hope this thing stances up normally then, shouldn't we? Because I don't got a lot of money. I don't have no money. I'm going to have to go sell some stuff. Alright, we blend right in down over here, don't we? It's parking lot camouflage right here. Will this thing stance? I don't know. We're gonna find it out right now. Dropped her down in the 2 increments, and we are not smoking. We are in good shape. Let's see how this thing reacts. I don't think we can get on the track this way. I've blocked it off pretty well. Need to go the specific way. Oh no. Broke my window right away. Drifting in Mexico over here. Drifting in Mexico, back in the US. Okay. I will say she's a decent drifter though, for being so late in the game. Just had the hot knife on the last one, so it's good to have another high performer. I actually think you're going to have another pretty high performer coming up in the future as well. We're still in good shape. I haven't busted anything other than running into that pole back there. That's where she hit right there. Alright, let's see what she's got on the track. I don't feel like this is the track to really test this thing's abilities out. I should just kind of bring it to the Gymkhana track. The same one there, or the same couple. Because those ones are... No, don't do it. Oh, I thought I was going into that sign. They're all kind of... Those Gymkhana tracks, especially the ones at the airport, they're so open. It allows for any vehicle, any type of vehicle. And then if you kind of hang out at the same one, it lets you guys get the idea of exactly how they... You know what? Let's not talk about it. Let's do it. You know what? Let's bring it to this one. This track is still relatively fresh. I think this thing is going to react well. Okay, so now there is an issue. I am running low on ammunition. Thankfully, this thing does stance up normally. So when I created this track, I wasn't sure since it was so different. It's not really like it's more like my old school tracks. I just wasn't sure if people were going to like it or if they were going to hate on it, and it got pretty good. Well, I took out all of those cones right there. They got a pretty good overall acceptance rate on that drift event. So I just want to I just want to focus on this. Come on, now. Focus. I didn't really make that look the best, but just trying to hug the wall. Not bad, actually, for the first lap. You may think different, but that wasn't too shabby for the first lap on this. I always have super sketchy first laps, so... Alright, we have spun out. Hasn't been a whole lot for activity on the channel. I think YouTube may be screwing us. I kind of want to make a video on that. Oh, that was a good first corner. Come on, let's make this a good lap. Oh, and I shifted. It's alright, you just kind of use the double clutch technique to get yourself back into the momentum and off. I've already shifted twice, but we've recuperated. Come on, let's make this a good one. Oh, a little tap, a little drift tap. These long cars, I do struggle with them. Even once I get used to them, it's weird going back to the little cars then. If you ever see a chicane setup like this, guys, just to clarify as well, the lane that gets diverted over to that other edge, see how the other one's just straight, meaning we're not being diverted, we're just going straight to the corner. If I'm in this lane, I'm getting diverted over to the left. Even though you can just kind of sneak right through, you still got diverted over the left, didn't you? That is the lead lane. The ones that get diverted are the lead lane. And it's like that for a reason. We won't really go over into all that. I'm just kind of getting you used to the newer platform. I want to offer you guys a little bit longer of videos. Obviously, like when there's head-to-heads or like that Buffalo episode that you guys seen a few back, those ones take a while because you're looking at numerous different vehicles and trying to figure things out. For these single vehicle episodes, there's not a whole lot you really need to do. Like right now, I can give you guys my grade, which is my whole point. Right now, we're moving into the grade. We've gotten a great feel, and I've probably extended it, you know, a little bit. I'm already at 25 minutes of recording time. Usually, I'd be at about 15 to 20 on a Does It Drift episode, and that's where we would be ending it. So let's hop on into it. Cost on this thing. Again, I would definitely suggest if you can pick up a vehicle on the street do it. And this is a common spawning vehicle on the street. Now it is. Back in the day when GTA Online came out, this was a rare vehicle. You had to specifically trace this car down. Yeah, I was a big fan of it back then because it was just a badass sounding muscle car, right? So cost, you're getting it free off the street, and the upgrades, you've seen what it cost me to do this thing, okay? We did it for a very affordable price, well under $100,000, and that was still putting the tracker on it. Or insurance, right? Putting insurance on it. Tracker gets on it by putting it in your garage. You can save yourself some money by parking a car in your garage. And then make sure, A, that you do put insurance on a car that you upgrade. I have done this mistake where I upgrade a car, dump $100,000 or $200,000 into it, forget to put insurance on it, and go to stance it, blow it up, and guess what? The car is nowhere to be found because you did not own it. And second off, make sure you don't get killed or get blown up or something if you're in a public lobby when you save it. So once you do that, we're saying this is a $75,000 drift car, okay? So $75K for a good drift day right here, that's getting a good solid 8 out of 10 on cost. Could be better, could be worse. I'm not complaining a whole lot, but there's a little bit of oddities. Specifically, I'm kind of complaining about the e-brake engagements. It's really sticky as soon as you let off the e-brake. That would be my biggest gripe on it. Also, it does like to grip if you aren't at a specific angle. You need to really get that thing at a nice 35, maybe 30 degree, 35 degree angle, and keep her moving, keep them wheels a rolling, and keep that thing resetting so you're not shifting. 8 for cost for sure, solid on that. That brings us into driftability. Driftability, we just kind of talked about what it's going to take its hit on. Now, I'm not going to hit it much on it. I'm only going to take the 1 point for that. And I'm not going to take any points for having to keep it at an angle, because you should be keeping that 35 to 40 degree angle on your drift as much as you can in any vehicle that'll allow you to do it in this game. You might be saying, what the heck is that angle? Well, let's show you that angle. So some people say that our style of drifting is an elongated burnout. So this would be an elongated burnout. Notice how there was absolutely no angle on my car. Now this is a drift. You might be saying, oh, that was a little bit exaggerated right there on the stop. Okay, well that's the wall right there on the right. I'm pretty much pointing at the wall halfway. There's the other half. There's where we were. There's straight. So we're at a 45 degree angle on the drift for the most part. I would say predominantly I drift between 30 and 45 degrees. Sometimes we kind of lose it and get in that 50 degree angle, 60 degree angle, and that's where you're going to have a little bit more trouble keeping her. Like right there, I was a little bit crazy. We're going really quick now. See, you can drift fast in first gear. So it's not like we're slow drifting. If you really want to get good at this style of drifting, you can make it look good. So driftability, guys, I'm going to give it a 9. We're only taking the 1 point due to this issue with the e-brake. So an 8, a 9, and that brings us into an efficiency, and I'm glad to tell you that she's scoring 10 in efficiency. She can be found quite easily. She can be upgraded very affordably. The e-brake set aside because that's driftability, and we took it out on driftability. Heck, I got to go back to cost and give it a 9. This thing is great for cost. This is one of the most affordable drift cars out there, and she's drifting phenomenally. So let's give it a 9 on cost, a 9 on driftability, and a solid 10, my friends. A 10, homies and homettes, on efficiency. That is bringing us to 28 late in the game. Heavy-hitting Louisville slugger swinging Imponte Phoenix to the rescue. So if you guys want yourself a very affordable car in the muscle class that is a good performing vehicle on the drift course, well then guess what, guys? You are looking at this, and you shall probably not be let down if you have not drifted this yet. I didn't have a whole lot of experience in this drifting. I have had it in muscle. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you all, every single one of you. Yes, you listening right now. I appreciate you tuning in. Liking if you're liking, commenting if commenting positive stuff, liking if you're liking, sharing the videos if you are sharing them videos, because that is definitely helping grow the channel. YouTube's kind of being a little bit of a they're being one of those right now, and we gotta fight them, Herd. We gotta fight them, and we gotta come out victorious, and we gotta take them down. Duh. As always, guys, I hope you stay happy, stay positive, and we will definitely speak to you next